men are trying to make sure they're the perfect man at the time so they can get in them panties, and then they switch up, and it just doesn't
It
work.
just doesn't work. So let's talk a lot about something that like we kind of talked about a little bit earlier. Something that's a really big thing for men is loyalty, and the reason why there's a huge reason behind it. Once again, let's look back 300,000 years, 1.1 million years with Homo, erectus. When we look back at all that time, we could not tell if the baby was ours. There was no telling, no test or nothing. So because of that, we really give a fuck. Like that's why the body count's a big deal to us. That's why our woman, being around other men, it's all called mate guarding. So like when a guy is insecure, as we like to say, for like a woman not being around other men, or like if she has a bunch of guy friends or something like that, it's not that he's insecure. He is mate guarding. This is the same type of mate guarding that I do even for my own daughter, because trauma ruins women. Ruins women. Absolutely. Men are actually the opposite, though. Men are built by trauma. The more trauma a guy goes through, the more he tears himself up. Scars are sexy on a man. The more bullshit he goes through, the more he learns, the better of a man he becomes. Women are the opposite, though. It hurts them. So a father is built to save and protect their daughters as much as physically possible, because we know if a guy gets in there at 13, 14, it ruins their life, makes them hypersexual. There's all types of negatives that come from stuff like that. So the same type of mate guarding that a guy has for their daughters, the same type of mate guarding we have for our women, our wives, our girlfriends, whatever it is. So y'all got to realize that when these guys do these things, they're not insecure. They just really care about you, and they want loyalty to a higher degree than you do. We both see loyalty differently. Y'all see loyalty in a sense of provisioning, because for thousands of years, y'all had to worry about the guy giving out his money, energy, attention, and time to some other cave woman. If he's fucking going and giving food to this other cave woman, then me and my baby are going to die in this other cave. So y'all are very crazy about provisioning, because provisioning and protecting. Whereas we're super crazy about that womb. That's our fucking womb. There better not be no other fucking guys around this shit. This is mine. Monkey man. Like seriously, like it's like that. And we want to get it quick, and we want to lock it down. And that's just the animal instinct in a man. And so I want y'all to not always just think a guy's insecure because he doesn't like y'all having a bunch of pictures on Instagram, or he doesn't like you going on these girls trips or doing these things. Another thing, if we want to peel the layer back again, women's sexuality, it's not always perfect. Now, I'm not saying women cheat all the time, because I truly believe that if a woman's attached, she doesn't cheat. But we can look at statistics. We can look at studies. There's different there's something called mate switching strategy, dual mating strategy. When we look at these things, women do cheat sometimes, okay? But it's always for different reasons. Like I'll give you an example for if y'all go on a girls trip. Say you're on a girls trip, you're at the foam cannon party. There's a hot guy. I was drunk. He was hot. One thing led to another. Just shit happens. And the thing is, y'all are super horny 14 days after your period. And so like there's certain time periods where sometimes it's not even your fault, bro. Just some shit fucking takes over, man. And I'm not even gonna blame women for shit like that, because it can just happen. But a guy wants to mate guard and protect his woman from ever even being in those type of situations, to where it never even has the opportunity of happening. Especially a guy who has a lot to lose. Now, I think guys that have nothing to lose, or they have no value, or they're simps or something, dude, they'll pay for you and all your girls to go on the trip. I know guys that have done it before.
Oh, for sure.
Like, so like there's definitely millions of them like there, but there's also some guys that are super protective and very much don't want that shit at all. They're gonna do whatever it takes for you to be as loyal as physically possible to just them, and where no other guy can even try to take you, especially if they care about you. I don't think there's anything wrong with it either. I think it shows that he really cares about you. Um, uh, Vibes or energy. Yeah, I know, Bassett. One of the next questions I wanted to ask was, oh, how many dates do y'all need to go on before you're going to consider it like serious?
I don't necessarily have a number.
Yeah.
It's just,
how long do
if
you
it
like to
makes
make a guy
sense.
wait before sex? We'll say that instead.
Yeah, that's your real question, huh?
Yeah, that's a better
Yeah, that's your
question.
real
It's
question.
just better.
And
Before sex?
I have the same answer.
Longest.
I don't necessarily have okay, this needs to be 30 days, 90 days, because you could mess up after 30 days, you can mess up after 90 days, you can mess up after a year. So
but when usually is the vibe there? Like when would you say the vibe is usually there?
It depends on the guy. It could never get there. It
Yeah.
depends on the man. Like if I don't feel like you're
What's the
person
earliest
that,
it was for a guy? Like did a guy get it within a week or one day? Like what's the earliest it's taken for you to get a vibe from a guy?
in my life?
Yeah, Yeah, we're gonna say total.
Oh, in my life, I mean,
Yeah, just one. Yeah, one day.
that's a little different. Like,
Yeah, of
back
course.
then I was a hoe.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
I'm better now.
She was
I've
in
changed.
she was in her
I'm
time, guys.
reformed now.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think there's no set timeline on it because it's about the questions I'm asking and the time that we're spending together and if I know you're gonna be a future or not.
Yeah. What do you think?
I feel like it's, for me personally, the longer I wait, the better we are connected. Even from a spiritual standpoint. Like, you want to get to know this person, the in and outs, because once you have sex, everything changes.
But like,
everything
like, I mean, I
everything.
get what you're saying, but have you tried that love within just a week or a few days or something? Like, have you ever tried that?
It doesn't work out. Yes,
But it didn't work out.
tried,
Why
but
do you think it didn't work out though?
It didn't work out because at that time, if it's like quick, men are trying to make sure they're the perfect man at the time so they can get in them panties and then they switch up. And yeah, it just doesn't
It
work.
just doesn't work.
Yeah.
So even with the guy, like, have you ever had a one night stand or anything like that?
Unfortunately, yes.
Yep. And even for that guy, you're just like, nope, it didn't work.
One,
Like, did you have anything for him?
the one night stand was more of a drunk moment. You know what I'm
Okay.
saying? So it wasn't anything like, oh, I'm taking this man to the altar.
Okay.
Oh my God.
Well, so what about you? Like, how long do you usually want to wait, or like, what's the shortest time you've waited?
Okay, so I was raised by a strict Christian mother, so I'm thinking going back to like the first time I lost my virginity, I made him wait a whole year.
Yeah.
And then once, like, as I grow up, you know, I'm
Damn.
29 now. I know, right? It's crazy. Like, now it's like I know what I want in a man. Like, after the first date, like my first date with this current guy I'm with, like the guy I'm with now, it was way less than that. It was like within a week.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was
But
within
y'all
a
had
week.
been friends for how long before?
3 years.
3 years. I worked
So
with him.
there
but I
was
didn't
already
talk to
foundation
him.
in history.
Yeah.
So technically, he waited 3 years and a month. And
But
in a week, he didn't really know.
was there guys in other situations though that, you know, like didn't have that history kind of, and they still kind of like, you still had that within just a week or so?
No.
Not
Exactly.
yeah, not really.
No.
So the reason why I'm asking this is because, so like, now that y'all have all learned, like you were saying, this was in your past, stuff like that, like, what is the guy that y'all want to marry, like, how long are you trying to make that guy wait? Like, I need to know an exact time, like,
Until
the guy that you want to marry
we're engaged. Put a ring on it.
until you're engaged. Okay, what about you? Now that you've learned a lot.
Yeah, I mean, I think ideally, the longer you wait is better. It's hard. I don't really have a number. I just know that if I have sex with a guy too quickly, that messes up my vetting process.
Yeah.
And I'm no longer vetting the man off of, okay, is this going to be my husband? Now I'm vetting him off of all these emotions, and now my judgment is clouded. And
That's exactly what happens.
my
Your
judgment's
gets
clouded. So I
as
don't want to
hell.
make a permanent decision off of some temporary clouded judgment.
Yeah. No. What about you?
I agree. Like, time, it's just like you just know when you know, and I have like a mental checklist. Like, okay, he has everything I want. Like,
It's
I
like,
don't
now
wanna
I'll give
rush.
it to him.
Yeah.
Okay, so nice. This is about to sound really unfair and it's gonna suck. But these guys that y'all meet now, they like honestly, like, they don't need to wait long, especially if y'all have had sex with guys in the past in just a week or less or something. Like, if I was any, like, you're gonna end up shooting yourself in the foot and ending up with a simp. Because a guy who really fucking like has value or anything like that, he ain't gonna deal with none of that bullshit. I'm gonna be honest with y'all. This is something. So men and women's dating strategy is completely different. Okay. So like, my dating strategy as a valuable guy is I want a girl to have sex with me quickly because I know she has burning genuine desire for me. If she sits there and makes me wait a week, 2, 3, a month, that means she's not down for me like that girl that fucking ran to me and fucking let me hit the first night. You know, like, there's a clear difference in who you care about. So I think it's a big red flag when you make guys wait a long time if guys in the past didn't. And the problem is because you're just not going to care about them the same. Genuine desire is a very weird, it's a very animal thing. And it's like, to break it down and understand how it really works, it gets very dirty. It gets very dirty figuring out how women really like those guys sometimes way more than the guy that they make wait 3 months.
I respect your thought, but coming from a change standpoint, you can't tell me, oh, because I had sex with someone a week before and I'm making you wait, that you're gonna dip. Then dip, because I'm not holding you down. If I say I want to wait until I'm engaged, it's from a spiritual standpoint.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
and like I said, don't get me wrong. I think there's fucking, if there's only this percentage of guys that would say no to that, there's fucking this many that would say yes to that. There's tons of them. What I'm telling you though is that I don't think that you're gonna care about those guys that much, and I'm just being honest with you. Because the thing is, whenever you've had that with somebody else before in your past, it's like it's the frame thing, okay? He's almost walking into your frame at that point. And the reason why, that's why I said men and women have completely different dating strategies. If I told y'all a strategy, I would say keep your legs closed. Do things to make the guy know that he's gonna have sex sooner or later, whether it's 3 or 4 weeks or however long it's gonna be. Do jump hugs. There's lots of things that women can do. There's lots of things that y'all can do that teases the guy so he knows he's not just getting led
Yeah,
on to pay for bills
Yeah.
and shit.
of
You
course.
can
So
definitely show that you desire that
yeah,
man without having sex with him. But if that man only puts, the knowledge of desire on sex, then it's not
but
gonna work.
Hey y'all, Sergio here. I just want to mention I've created a completely free guide that shows you exactly how I went from having low confidence and being painfully awkward around women to easily meeting and dating numerous high quality desirable women in real life without the use of any dating apps or social media. So if you're struggling to get out there, if you have approach anxiety or don't know what to say or how to interact with women to make them want you and are sick of using dating apps with low value girls that hundreds of other guys have been chatting with, click the link in the description below to grab your free guide right now. And if you want private mentorship with me personally to help guide you every step of the way in this process, check out my mentorship program in the description too. I would be happy to help you reach your dating goals and overcome any obstacle you may face. And trust me, if I can do it, you can do it too. I hope to see you soon. Peace out.